Okay, you also have M mode available to you. So if you're trying to do fetal heart rate, move this in, especially like in the first trimester. Move the line wherever you want over the fetal heart. Hit M mode again to activate it. I'm gonna speed it up here just a little bit, and then you're gonna get your little waveform tracing. You'll hit freeze. The reason I bring this up is when you hit calc, fetal heart rate is the only measurement you can do in M mode.
Okay.
You'll hit select. It's going to bring up a line. You can put this, say, at one peak, hit select again, take it to the next peak. There's the fetal heart rate right here. If you hit save, it'll put the check mark. It will put the heart rate right there at the very bottom.
Okay.
2D, once again, backs you right back out of it. And just real quick, if you hit report, it will actually give you the report. Of course, is an unnamed person, but there it has it averaged out. There's your fetal heart rate right here.
Okay.
It'll give you estimated due date as well as the age.
Okay.
2D, get you right back out of there as well. These keys right here belong to this menu. They always change depending on what mode you're in. So right now we're in regular 2D scanning. If you switch it to color, they turn into color controls.
Okay.
If you hit Doppler, they turn into Doppler controls.
Gotcha.
Okay. Majority of the time, you probably won't, utilize any of the controls. Just real quick, the ones you don't want to turn off is this one says MB on. You want to always leave that on.
Okay.
And it'll always be right here. What that does is it turns off the majority of the crystals, and they just shoot out one line of sound and receive one line of sound. Right now, each crystal shoots out 5 lines of sound and receives back 5 lines of sound of information. That gives you the better image.
Okay.
Versus just one line of sound. So if you ever notice that the image is really hazy, that's the reason why.
Okay.
Another thing is someone's going to come around in the middle of the night. Ooh, new toy. They're going to play with it. Someone's going to come in the next morning, turn it on. This image is now upside down because now it's firing this way. So especially if you're using this curve probe, it's going to appear like you're totally upside down.
All right.
All you do is go to page 2. This is page 1. Just treat every one of them like a page. The next page, it'll say D/R. All that means is down and to the right.
Okay.
Press the button again, up and to the right, press it again, up and to the left, and that's where it's supposed to be.
Okay. Up and to the left is where it's supposed to be.
Right. The B button, and all that does is this little funny insignia or symbol. All that is in the exam. So if you do have patient information in here, what happens is if you hit B, it's going to take you back to the patient page. It's going to send that patient to the flash drive, and then it's going to get you ready for the next patient.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this new end button. We just made a shortcut out of it so that you don't have to go back into the patient. If you're not doing an OB, you can. The only other option you have is GYN. When you're in GYN, it takes away the OB calcs.
Okay.
Okay, so if someone was playing with it, or if someone did a GYN real quick, which in labor and delivery is probably most of the time going to be OB. So hopefully, but if someone was playing with it, if you hit freeze and you hit calcs and you only have these, and you're trying to find, you're trying to find all your OB measurements, if you look right up here, it'll say GYN, and that is why. It's because it needs to be an OB. So what we can do is, instead of going all the way back to the patient page, there's an exam key right up here. If you press exam, the same exams pop up. Use the trackpad once again. It says OB. Hit select. It will change you back to OB.
Okay.
So you don't have to go back into the patient page. Other than that, that's pretty much it for the system. It's really easy to use. It's fairly similar to the other one, just a little more. Well, it's a way more robust engine. The imaging part of it's really a lot better. The printer is exactly the same. You won't have to turn it on every time. We'll just leave it on. And the paper, you do not have to thread it. You just hit the open button. Oops, you just drop it in, close it, and that's it. You don't have to thread it whatsoever.
Okay.
If you want to print something, this A button has a little printer icon there. Just hit A, and it will print it for you.
All right.
Okay. The care of the system, you have the purple top, red top, green top, sandy wipes. What do y'all have?
We have it all.
You have it all?
Purple and orange.
Purple. The purple tops are fine for the probes, for this rubber probe facing. Just don't want anything with a high alcohol content to come in contact with this. The purple ones have been tested. What happens when you put the high alcohol content is that it tends to dry out that rubber, expose the crystals. Once you expose the crystals, it voids the warranty. This particular probe I think is like 9,500 list. This one is 8,500 list. So you want to make sure that you don't dry out this rubber here. The panel itself, the purple tops are fine for that. The screen, just use a damp paper towel followed with a dry paper towel.
Okay.
Okay. No solvent on the screen whatsoever.
Okay.
It is 3-foot drop tested. The probes are 3-foot drop tested. As long as there's no obvious sign of damage, like someone came in and cut the cord, or that you have eroded the rubber. They're covered in a 5-year warranty. Just call Freddie. Freddie will call our tech support. They will overnight a loaner, and they'll just swap boxes. We'll use the loaner free of charge until they get yours repaired.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
That's pretty much it.